Hello. I apologize for not being on Zoom. I was locked out of my Zoom for 30 minutes. So I was like, all right, let's just do this. Hi, how are you guys? I hope this finds you well. I wanted to come on here and just kind of share a little bit about this 3-week reset challenge. It's going to be called Faster Way 21-day reset. So we are testing two rounds, one on October 13th, one on November 3rd. And then from there, they're going to see how they do and if that's going to be the faster way to fat loss from now on. Well, everything changes, but everything can change. Anyway, so I wanted to just share a little bit about how Lauren's handling it. I will say right off the bat, no one really knows much about this yet. So even Lauren is kind of flying by the seat of her pants for this first round, especially. And so I'm telling myself this, I'm telling you this, try not to stress about it, especially for these first couple rounds. They're tests. Don't put a ton of time and effort into setting up your groups and all that, because things could change. So, all right. So I think, first of all, a few housekeeping items. There will be a growth lab tomorrow, Wednesday at noon. And hold on, I just want to make sure that no one's trying to get on. Oh, okay. So anyway, there will be a growth lab tomorrow at noon. So if you can hop on that, definitely do that. And then, or catch the replay. And then, Conference is going to be in San Diego this year, California, or next year, I guess. So it's going to be January 29th and 30th, and then leg day on the 31st. I am going. I registered last night. I think anytime that you can get to these events is really important, and it revives your business, it revives your excitement, your passion. I think working from home is awesome and can be really rewarding, but it's also can be kind of like a little island. And so I think it's just so important to be able to get with other like-minded coaches. Early bird pricing is $179, which is, I think, the cheapest conference has ever been. So that will expire this week. So I'll put the link under here to sign up, and then let me know when you sign up, so that we can, we'll probably, if there's enough of us, get a Airbnb. If not, probably get the room block hotels. But hopefully, I'm hoping that a big group of us will go, because it's just always so much fun. So I just always love getting together with everybody and doing that. So, all right, so the 3-week program. I am really excited about it. Lauren is really excited about it. I think that $249 is really hard to sell. And I think that this is going to accelerate our businesses. It's a lot easier to sell $99 versus $249. And basically, the two biggest, not complaints, but the two biggest roadblocks to joining the faster way I get is price and time. For some reason, people, I think, even if they continue on into VIP, I think there's something about the 6 weeks and committing for 6 weeks. They're like, oh, well, I have this, it's hard for them to commit to that 6 weeks. I think 3 weeks is doable. It's like, okay, I can do anything for 3 weeks. There's so many studies that 21 days is the magic number. I don't know about you guys, but I see a lot of drop off in the 6-week groups around week 3, week 4. And so this is going to kind of capture them and go into VIP, you know, there's a better chance that you're gonna have a 3-week window that without, you know, events or vacations or whatever, even though we all know you can do the faster way on vacation and all that stuff. For people who are just committing, it's harder to do that. So, and then money. So getting that initial, you know, investment is going to be $99, not $249. And I think that that's going to be a really big selling point for us. So, I'm excited. I think that, I mean, the goal is to exponentially grow your VIP. And so by getting more people into your 3-week round, you know, they're going to roll into VIP every 3 weeks. And that is going to be, really strong residual income for us. So I'm really excited about it. And I hope you are too. So your links, so for these two, you know, October and November, you will not have the opportunity to sell a 6-week round. You will have a new link. It's not like the 5-day thing where you have like an additional link in your back office. Your 6-week round link will be replaced with these 3-week 21-day reset links. So there is not an opportunity to run a 6-week round. So jump on in. So like I said, October 13th, November 3rd, and then they're going to reevaluate. But the timing is perfect. October 13th will end before Halloween, and then November 3rd will end before Thanksgiving. So no excuses. Let's do this. Let's see. So I want you guys to jump in on this momentum. If you haven't coached for a while, or you just kind of like, it's just you've gotten fatigued selling the $249, I want you to take this as your reset and to really push for this Q4 going into the holidays. You know, December is a slow month for Faster Way. So, you know, getting those 3-week people in and then converting them into VIP is going to be huge for our Q4, and then momentum going into the new year. I don't know what they're doing for the new year. I don't think they know what they're doing for the new year, whether it's 21-day reset or so. I personally think that this is going to stick. I think this is going to be awesome, but you just never know. So we just kind of got to go with the flow. So if you are running community rounds now, I would just continue doing the community rounds and putting your people into the big community rounds. Just make sure that they know that you are their coach. Make sure that they know that they can come to you. Make sure that they know that that you are their coach, that you are the expert. So however you want to create community outside of that giant group is up to you, whether it's a text chain, a Facebook group chat, host a Q&A on Zoom or whatever, and just get your people in. I did run one of the rounds. I think it was like a specialty round. I did have them in the community group so that they could get those extra resources, and then had just like a text chain going, and they were so involved. They fed off each other. They, so it was actually a really good experience, but just so that they're not posting their macros and they're just going into oblivion. Like, they need to know that you're their coach, that they can reach out to you, whether you say, hey, text me your macros at the end of the day, or however you want to do it. Just make sure that you are connected with them. If you are running your own rounds, continue to do that with the community round. Maybe if you want to do this first one to see how it goes, that's fine. But they will release the scripts for this next week. So Lauren's plan, Aubrey and I's plan is to see the scripts and make a plan with those. So the way that they're going to do it with the Faster Way community rounds is have a pre-recorded video, like welcome video, and then pre-recorded week 1, 2, 3. and then have a live Q&A during week 1 and week 3. So we don't have the scripts yet, so I think Lauren's plan is to watch their week 1, take notes, and record her own. I don't know what my plan is. I don't know. So, but basically, don't put tons and tons of time and effort into this first round. This is a learning. We can always use the scripts that they give us and then tweak them to make them sound more like us and like kind of, change them up a little bit and make them more like, sound like us. So, I am excited about the acceleration of this group, of the 3-week group. They're going back to the old school macro cycle, which is 2 low macro days during the week. I think Friday, Sunday. So that's like when I joined the Fast Rate, that's what we did. It was like, go. But you're going to see results faster. So, and then the last week, they're going to do a feast day and a 24-hour fast. So they're getting it, like basically the 6-week programming into a 3-week and accelerated program. And I think it's going to be great. Let's see. Oh, I had another thought. Okay, so weekly emails. I plan on sending a weekly email, a welcome email, and a weekly email. So those will need to get tweaked based on the new curriculum. Again, I can't really do that until they send out the scripts, because that will be a good idea of what they're going to cover. So the first week is foundations. The second week is like the macro method, carb cycling, low macro, all that. And then week 3 is hormones. So I think what I'll do is just kind of, I think the week 1 scripts are going to come out next week. Kind of just look at that, maybe make my video notes off of that, as well as the weekly email, and then just as they come out, use that. So again, try not to stress. I'm trying to tell myself to just take it, 1 week at a time. It's okay. But again, if that is too much stress and too much for you guys to do right now, simply put them in the community round and just make sure that you have a good connection with them. Lauren's plan is to not set up their custom macros during the 3 weeks and do that. Just, kind of be aware of their settings. So if you're seeing their macro settings and you're like, that's a little off, reaching out to them. But for the most part, letting them set them up via the app settings. I think she said that she's trying to get the default to 40-30-30, so it's closer to what we recommend. They are coming out with a more robust macro calculator on the app, and that's going to be really good. I think that their goal is to get that rolling for the November 3rd group, so that will be awesome. It just takes into account a lot more instead of activity level and your weight, basically, if you want to lose weight. So it's going to factor in a lot more things to make it customized, and so that's a great improvement that's coming soon. So because I don't have as many clients as Lauren, I'm going to take the time to set up their macros for them during the 3 weeks. I think they'll get better results if they have the correct macros. But again, Lauren's scale of clients is a lot more than mine, so she's choosing to wait until VIP. So that's kind of just up to you what you want to do. I plan on just giving that extra personal touch. It's a perk of being a coach that doesn't have as many clients, so and text campaign. that, the weekly text I send will kind of be the same. Instead of like a bunch of information about the program, like that's going to be in the group, that's going to be in the emails. The text is just to like reach out and just be like, hey, how are you? Just wanted to check in. It's easier for them to respond unless, if they're going to get a book, they're not going to read it. So they don't need to, consume more information outside of the group and outside of the emails. So it's just a, quick check-in. Hey, just thinking about you. Make it sound more, personal. How's your week been? You can do this. Remember your why. Those kinds of things. So, so for the 3 weeks, they're doing evergreen workouts, which I don't really know what that means, but but I do know that they will. So essentially, anybody who goes through the 3 weeks are getting the same workouts. It's not like they jump in and see the VIP workouts and the foundations and all that. They are going to just have a 3-week set of workouts. That will change the way, so how if you sign up early, you get app access and you can have all the workouts and blah, blah, blah. That will be a little bit different. They will not see the workouts on their home screen until the 3 weeks actually start, but they can go into their studio and see the foundations workouts. So they can start on workouts. It'll just be the foundations and it'll be in their studio. It won't be like up front. So that's a little bit different. So just be aware of that. So be careful of your wording when you're promoting early signing up. And then, but I do love the evergreen workout situation because basically the trainers are going to help coach our clients. So because they know that this is day 1 of 3 weeks for everybody who's doing that workout, they're going to be like, hey, so today we're doing low carb day. And, they're going to be kind of coaching through the program. This is why we pair HIIT workout with low carb. And they're going to be coaching our clients alongside us. And I think that that's going to be very powerful. And they're still going to have modifications, but it's going to be very geared towards, this is a week 1 client. This is not week 1 client and a VIP client that's been there for 7 years. So I think that that's huge. And then if they want to cancel before they get billed for VIP, they need to cancel by Saturday of week 2. So 7 days in advance instead of 14, which makes sense. Let's see, I think that is it. Yeah, so this new link will go live tomorrow after the Growth Lab. So at 1 o'clock Eastern on Wednesday, tomorrow. So get excited about it and let's ride the momentum. Everybody's gonna be sharing about this, and there's that power of, just like that momentum that everybody is sharing the same thing. And so we're gonna kind of just ride this wave. So, but just again, remember that they will not get like full app access, all the things, just word it a little different if they sign up early. So I think this is gonna be awesome. If you haven't coached for a while, this is a great time to jump back in, test these two rounds out, and commission will be the same, where it's 50% or 75%, and then VIP is the same percentage, 50%. We just aim to get about 2 times as many clients, and it's gonna, while we might not get as much income with a new sign up, we're going to get more people in our groups, which means more VIP conversions, which means more monthly residual income, which is the goal. So if you have any questions, comment here and I will circle back around and answer those. Questions questions, concerns, I will also post the link for conference. Early bird pricing ends this week. Growth Lab tomorrow at noon. And if I learn anything else, I will be sure to pass it along. But I'm excited, and I hope that you are excited too. So I will talk to you guys later, and I hope you have a great day. And sorry about the Zoom snafu. All right, bye.